Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Happy Carlock with the Rockbridge Report, and I'm joined today by the Rockbridge County Emergency Services Coordinator, Robert Foresman. Thank you so much for coming in today, Mr. Foresman.
Well, thank you for the invitation.
Well, today we're just going to discuss the winter snowstorms that we've had hit the Rockbridge area this winter, and I just wanted to get some input from you. What are the biggest challenges that the city and the county faced in handling these storms?
Well, the biggest challenge that we always have is making sure that we're able to get the roads plowed in a timely fashion. And that means citizens have to stay off the roadways while we're doing that, both in the city and the county, but particularly the county because a lot of the roads are so narrow.
Mm-hmm. And a major issue that has come from the storm is the loss of school days that county schools and city schools have faced. Now, cities have the Lexington City Schools only missed 4 days because of how small the city is and how easy it is for residents to get to school, but the county lost 10 days this year. And now, could you tell me a little bit about who all's in charge of getting the roads plowed in the county and in the city?
Sure. In the county, it's the Virginia Department of Transportation. They are responsible for all the county roads. They hire contractors, whether it be construction companies or some other company with heavy equipment. They have contracts throughout the year, and they also work with them to help plow the roads. One of the problems that we have in the county, again, is that the roads are narrow, but a lot of those roads also don't see any sunlight during the day. So if it does get warm enough during the day for some of the snow to melt, of course it's going to refreeze at night, and then they actually get in worse shape because of the ice that has accumulated.
And what kind of phone calls did you all take during the storm itself?
Well, in the Emergency Operations Center that we opened up, we were handling any non-emergency calls. For instance, if people had issues with trees down blocking their roads, or if there was an issue with a road not being plowed, those type of questions. We also answered calls about being able to transport people to work. Now, generally, we will not arrange for people to go to their regular jobs. The ones that we are worried about are people like doctors, emergency services providers, getting them from their home to the hospital to be able to work. Sometimes we'll also take questions about people who are running low on home oxygen, and we'll work with whoever their provider is to ensure that we're able to get them some additional resources.
Mm-hmm. And were there any reports of power outages or any emergency reports like car accidents?
Initially on Wednesday, when the storm started, I think there were a few minor accidents just as the storm started. But once we got into Thursday night or Wednesday night and during the day Thursday, there was not a single report of anyone in the county losing power. And that's highly unusual just because of how old the infrastructure is and how weak a lot of the trees are from the derecho that we had several years ago. And so we felt very good about this. We were prepared to have major power outages for people to be without power for several days, up to a week. But what worked in our favor was the temperature was a little bit warmer. The snow was not quite as heavy and wet as they had predicted.
Mm-hmm. And what's the greatest takeaway that the county had from these storms this winter?
Well, I think the biggest one is that we are doing a better job of being prepared. We're doing a better job of getting the message of preparedness out to our citizens. we cannot do it totally by ourselves, so we need the citizens to assist us by staying off the road. Make sure you have plenty of supplies, take care of your pets, check on your neighbors. So that's the greatest takeaway. We've done better in that. There is still a lot of room for improvement.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming in today and weighing in on the winter storms that we've had.
Well, thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your winter.